Help me carry the fire. It'll light our way forever. Never go home. We no longer have one. I'll help you carry the load. I'll carry you in my arms.
Over the last 10 years, counting or not counting gang violence? Great. Counting or not counting gang violence? Great. Gang violence. Gang violence. Over the last 10 years, counting or not counting gang violence? Great. Counting or not counting gang violence? Great. Violence. Great. Great. Violence. Great.
You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you not to resist an evil person. But whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your cloak also. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you. And pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brethren only,
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone practicing evil hates the light, and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God.
Listen up. Y'all gotta hear this.
50 more years, and we're all gonna know why, when, where, how, and who gets to go. So let's all have a good time before the break of light. The things will start separating come 2025. So look for the summer blues. It won't make the front page of news. That depends upon which side that you choose. There's a crack in the world.
This morning, Poland on high alert after drones from a wave of Russian attacks in neighboring Ukraine reportedly crossed the border. Polish and NATO air defenses were scrambled to shoot down the drones. People in 3 regions of Poland near the Ukraine border being urged to stay home. The Polish government calling the incident an act of aggression that posed a real threat to the safety of our citizens, adding that its forces remain fully prepared for immediate response. It comes less than a week after Russian President Vladimir Putin traveled to China, showing unity with leaders of China and North Korea. Since that meeting, Russia has staged its largest aerial attack on Ukraine since the war began. U.S. Senator Dick Durbin responding overnight, saying Vladimir Putin is testing our resolve to protect Poland and the Baltic nations. As tensions rise in Eastern Europe, they're also rising in the Middle East after Israel launched an airstrike into Qatar, a U.S. ally. Israel saying it was targeting leaders of Hamas.
Oh my God.
Israel calling the strike entirely justified following a deadly bus stop shooting in Jerusalem. But Hamas calling the strike on Qatar a failure, saying it failed to kill a single leader, instead killing security guards and the son of a Hamas leader. The White House acknowledging it got a heads up about the attack, but not soon enough to warn Qatar.
A U.S. official telling ABC News that Israel did give the U.S. advance warning it planned to strike Hamas, but not where or when. The official insisting, though, it wasn't sufficient enough to adequately warn regional partners.
President Trump saying the attack on Qatar does not help the U.S. or Israel.
I was very unhappy about it, very unhappy about every aspect.
And back to Poland, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has reportedly been briefed on the situation, but neither the State Department nor the Kremlin issued any immediate comment.
Hospitals across France have reportedly been told to prepare for a potential armed conflict by next year, with the government urging health providers to be ready. According to French media, in a leaked letter sent to health agencies across the country, the government says hospitals should be prepared for a major military engagement as soon as March 2026. It said that between 10,000 and 50,000 men could be expected in French hospitals over a 6-month period, which could include foreign soldiers who are coordinated with NATO and the EU. They are planning medical transit centres to make use of regional facilities and to distribute patients arriving from potential front lines. According to the reports, doctors are also being warned to prepare for shortages. The French health minister hasn't denied the letter and stressed it was a precautionary measure, but that aggression from some actors means the country needs to prepare for the worst. It comes months after the government announced a survival manual which is set to be sent to every household in the country. The 20-page booklet is said to include details of what to do in a variety of emergencies, including nuclear blasts and natural disasters, and contains a survival kit packing list, which includes water, tinned food, paracetamol and a torch. South Australia's beekeepers are being warned that a devastating bee parasite has been detected in the state for the first time. Destructive varroa mites have been found in a hive in the Riverland, which was brought into the state from Queensland. Beekeepers are being urged to inspect their hives regularly and report any suspicious detections.
Archaeologists in Peru found a body that's over 5,000 years old, and a giant body of that. This thing is absolutely massive, and they won't release how big it actually is. And this goes back to stories of the Nephilim, the giants. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Peace.
Tom said he was in love. Said, don't worry about a thing, baby doll, I'm the man you've been dreaming of. But 3 months later he said he won't date or return her call. And she swept find that man cutting off his and then she heads for the clinic and she gets some static walking through the door. They call her a killer, and they call her a sinner, and they call her a